Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Trisha Penn Jackson. I'm a licensed real estate agent in New York City and I also write a fashion and lifestyle blog called feastandfashion.com. Here on my channel we talk about fashion, we talk about lifestyle, we talk about travel, and we sprinkle in a little bit of real estate. So if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button to become a member of our tribe. Please hit that notification button so you know when these videos drop, and please give this video a huge thumbs up to tell YouTube and myself that you liked it. All right. Okay, so today's video is kind of a new little, trial run of a series that I am trying to start here on my YouTube channel, and it's called My Faves. This is going to be a video about January's faves, and I got inspired by this to do this video by some of my favorites like Cassie Thorpe, it's Carolyn Gray. They did something similar where they kind of recapped things that happened in the previous month, but I actually want to add in a little bit more about not only fashion news, but also things that I'm loving in and around New York City that happened last month. Some of my favorite clothing items and stuff that I gravitated towards and that were workhorses, so I can give you great suggestions on things like if you're looking to add to your wardrobe, and then also some beauty items that I have been loving this month. So let's jump into it. These are all my faves, and I'm going to start first, obviously, with some fashion news about some of the fashion things and trends and all the news that happened earlier in January that I've just wanted to chat about and just talk about things that I loved about it. So the first being that the men's fashion week happened early in January, I think it was the first or second week of January. And of course, Louis Vuitton as creative director, Pharrell, had his second show with Louis Vuitton, and honestly, I loved it. I know that he gets a lot of flack because he is not a true designer like Virgil Abloh was, but Pharrell is doing some amazing things. I looked at, of course, Louis Vuitton when Virgil Abloh was a creative director, but now that Pharrell is creative director, I really pay attention to these shows, see how much buzz and how much action is going around these shows and how much news coverage are going around men's shows. Men's Fashion Week, I've never seen Men's Fashion Week coverage so much like it was this year. And his show definitely contributed to that. It was very Western Americana themed. And honestly, there are so many pieces that I myself would have loved to wear. And I'm super excited. I'm really excited for Pharrell at Louis Vuitton. Even though he is a creative director, I do think that he has this eye. He does have a design eye, so that's why it translates to these pieces, and he's doing a very, very good job if you ask me. He used to be a designer and a creative director of a Billionaire's Boy Club, which I think is still around and still done, which is one of the most famous streetwear brands ever. Really, he did that with Nigo, who created Ice Cream and Bathe and Ape. And I think that he just really does have that eye. Remember when Pharrell did that Pharrell hat from Vivienne Westwood and how everybody was paying attention? I really feel like we should take him and his fashion adventures seriously, because clearly LVMH is, and we just need to get back. Well, not we, because I'm already behind it. The fashion world really needs to get behind it, because I feel like he's doing a very good job. Some of the pieces are just amazing. I have not wanted a Louis Vuitton men's bag until he became well, no, I lied. There was a couple of Virgil Abloh ones that the hieroglyphic ones. Oh, so good. But Pharrell definitely stepped it up a notch, and I am loving it. All right, so next up, obviously, besides Men's Fashion Week, there was also Couture Fashion Week in Paris. And I love watching couture shows because they are just so inspirational. You just get so many ideas. It just really is just art. A lot of people look at couture shows and they're just like, well, where are you going to wear that? But couture is not about that. Couture is literally walking art pieces, like physical art pieces, just how you would have like an art exhibit, or you go to Miami for Art Basel. That's what I would equate Couture Week with, because couture doesn't necessarily translate to someone actually wearing the piece in real life. It's really just an art, an idea, a feeling, and all the things that it invokes in people. And there were 3 brands that everybody was talking about, and I myself just was enamored with the pieces that they had to show. One being Schiaparelli. Some of the pieces were just insane. Of course, we're going to talk about the pièce de résistance, which was the dress with the motherboards and all the old cell phones and the Y2K. That dress was obviously amazing and very inspired and very just, it's such a nod to, you know, what we are now at 2024. I feel like we're trying to move more towards sustainability. So a lot of those were recycled pieces from old pieces, but also a nod to the past, where, you know, there were old motherboards from old computers. We don't even use that kind of stuff and that kind of technology anymore. But to use that and to make a garment piece was just insane. I can honestly see this on someone like Beyonce, who obviously for her Renaissance, wouldn't that have been such a great moment? But I digress. Schiaparelli just had so many pieces that I loved. There were these pieces with this braided nod to it, which is actually a previous design from Elsa Schiaparelli, who, you know, had a similar design in some of her things. And then also there was this one jeweled silver back brace, like it was like a spine, like a spiked spine, to die for. Honestly, Daniel Roseberry, like what he's doing at Schiaparelli is just so inspired, and it's one of the fashion houses that really just, it, like, that's what it feels like. It feels like I can breathe, like it's fashion. And I love it so much. One of my goals this year, I will talk about my wish list in another video, but one of my goals is to get a Schiaparelli piece. They are attainable. Just, you know, if you think that they're like out of reach because they're so expensive, the ready to wear pieces are expensive, but there are pieces, smaller leather pieces, and like the ear cuffs and the necklaces and all that stuff that are under $2,000. So, and some shoes, and some pairs of shoes are under $2,000. I know this because I've already reached out to NSA about it, and so I have a few pieces on my wish list, which I will talk about in a later video. Besides Schiaparelli, I also loved Alaya's show, in particular the shoes. So Alaya's show was not a couture show. It happened during Couture Week, but it actually was their spring fall. They have off seasons from what regular fashion brands have. Regular fashion brands have spring, winter, summer, spring, summer, and then fall, winter. Well, Alaya does spring fall, and they had their spring fall show, and those pieces are actually ready to wear pieces that will be available. Well, some of them obviously will be available. Not everything goes in production at a fashion show, and some of those pieces were so amazing, but what had me was the shoes. Those pumps with the exaggerated back, kind of like a back brace for your ankle. The pumps are just so good. They are definitely something that's going to pop right onto my wish list, because I definitely can see those being a classic. Alaya has always been that brand that has those classic, memorable shoes. And there are a couple pieces, actually archive pieces, that I am on the hunt for as well. Those I won't probably share with you guys because I have a very common size and they're always sold out and everything, but I have been searching on places like Vestiaire Collective and have been seeing some of these pieces, so when I pop out with them, you'll just see them and then I'll share them with you. But there are some newer Alaya pieces that I'm so excited, and this show was just so inspired. I can't say enough about it. It's just so good. And then last, but certainly not least. So yeah, this was probably my favorite show, and this was John Galliano for Maison Margiela. Guys, this show, like it got a lot of buzz and a lot of attention, but if you really like paid attention, this is what Couture is about. And John Galliano, you know, he just has been that person, and this is really his, I feel like his coming back to fashion and being a household name. And what he did for Margiela was just amazing. Those pieces, the art pieces were just in, it told a story. Not only did the music, but the makeup, of course, by famous Pat McGrath. Now, I love Pat McGrath. I've actually met her a couple times in person, and it had nothing to do with Fashion Week, which is so funny. I was on a team when I first came to the brokerage that I'm with that had a townhouse listing in Chelsea, and Pat actually, when she was launching her makeup brand, her Pat McGrath Labs, rented out that townhouse for these day events with beauty editors and stuff like that. So she would come decorate the house, had makeup artists, and had all these beauty editors come and test out her products. And of course, me being one of the listing agents on the property, of course I had to be there, and I got to meet her and some products from her. She is an amazing person. She's just so sweet and humble. How you see her online is how she really is in person. And I saw her in her element working all day. Like we spent hours together. So just an amazing artist. Can you believe that she's self-taught? All of her makeup and everything she knows about makeup, she taught herself, or she just practiced over the years. She's been in the fashion industry doing makeup for over, I think, 30 plus years now. And it's just insane. She's just amazing. I just can't say enough about her and her contribution to the outfits for the Margiela show. I feel like was just, honestly, it was just like a perfect marriage of that art. Like those makeup looks, you probably would never wear them out on the street. They were replicated all over social media, but that's the artistry. That's the art in not only the makeup, but also the clothes. And John Galliano and Pat McGrath together with those looks just made magic. One thing though that I do have to critique is that, because I love Margiela, I have a couple Margiela pieces in my wardrobe, I do not feel like that felt like Margiela. And that's where I think that he needs to, like, maybe that was just for the Couture show, so I'm hoping for Ready to Wear it's going to be a little bit more of that Margiela coming back in, because it didn't feel like Margiela. It felt very, very John Galliano, which I love. Honestly, I could see that being even like a Dior moment. Some of the pieces could have been like a Dior moment, but it wasn't very Margiela. Margiela's quirky, it's dark, but which actually, well, now that I'm saying it, actually, because that was very quirky, and that was also dark, and also mysterious and sexy, and those are all adjectives that I would use to describe Margiela. So now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it did. Maybe it did. See, like I'm going through it, and I'm like, maybe it did. But I just can't see, like, again, it's art. So it's up for interpretation. And I do see how, now looking back at it, those pieces could have translated to Margiela's brand in general. But yeah, I'm so excited for what's to come from that house and from John Galliano in the future, and for Ready to Wear, because that couture was just out of the park, knocked out of the park. Okay, enough with fashion, enough stuff and news. I'm sure because you guys heard so much about it over the last month anyway. But I just wanted to get my 2 cents and put my little foot into it too, because I just do love fashion so much in that kind of way. The next topic I'm going to transition into is actually New York stuff. And New York stuff for me could be like places that I've eat, like events, shows, and all that stuff that happened. And I did quite a few little things. Of course, you know, January is like that ramp up month where you're off of the holidays, you're trying to get back into the swing of work and stuff like that. So I didn't get to go out and do things as much as I would like to. Of course, this February it's going to be insane because of Fashion Week. But I did go to a few little things that I did want to mention. One being the candlelight concert. And if you haven't been to the candlelight concert, you have to go. It's not only in New York City, it's actually in other different cities. So you can go to their website. I will link their information in the description when I'm talking about certain things. And but the candlelight concert was amazing. It was a quartet of strings. It was a string quartet that played Rihanna songs, basically. So this was a tribute to Rihanna. They do tributes to so many different other different artists. They do Beyonce. They've done so many different artists, but this one was for Rihanna, and I loved it. I'm not a huge Rihanna fan. Like her music, I love her music and all that stuff. But like she's not like my favorite music of all time, but it was a gift from my brother and my sister-in-law, and it was amazing. I would actually go back again to hear the Rihanna music, and I was just jamming to it. The quartet was amazing. Just the candlelight atmosphere is such a romantic thing to do. So if you are interested and if you've seen it, because they do a really good job at advertising. I've seen it even before I talked about it, or even before I got those tickets. I was seeing it like popping up on social media. So they're doing a really good like social media campaign. You should definitely check it out. It's not even, and I looked up tickets like for other shows, and it's actually really not even that expensive either. It was just very, very, very nice. It's a really great time. Okay, so the next New York thing that I want to talk about is actually a little date, lunch date that I had with Robbie earlier in the month. We were going out. We had showings, I think, and then we had like an event to go to afterwards. But we decided to go and have a cute little lunch date, and we popped into this place in Brooklyn, in Bushwick to be exact. It's called Couture in Brooklyn, and it is a ramen spot. And then when I tell you that the food was amazing, I felt like I was eating it and I was like, it was very good because I was hungry. But as with everything, my belly is always, my eyes are always bigger than my belly, and I did not finish all of my food. I brought it home, and the next day that ramen, oh my God, it was so freaking good. So I know it was the food. And the food was amazing. We had pork buns as well, and the drinks were so good. I did dry January, so I wasn't really drinking, but Robbie had a drink, and he said his drink was amazing. So I can only highly recommend that if you are in Bushwick or in Brooklyn in general, or if you're coming to visit, to check out this ramen spot because the food was amazing. I can't, like, the ramen was just so good. I'm such a ramen girl, so I love Asian food, and this spot hit this Fokuru in Brooklyn definitely hit the spot. Okay, so the next things I'm going to talk about are pieces in my wardrobe that I loved. There's a couple pieces that were really workhorses for me in the month of January, and I felt like I really want to share them with you. The first being these Air Maxes. Guys, I got new sneakers. I am not a sneaker girl. You guys know that I love to wear heels, but I've been trying to get more sneakers in my wardrobe, and I asked to get these for Christmas, and I got them. I did have to get them, another size. My husband ended up getting me the size 10, and I needed to get a 10 and a half in sneakers, which, you should know that you should always go a half size up in sneakers especially if you're working out with them or walking a lot in them, because your feet will swell. And if they swell, they're gonna get a little bit bigger. So I ended up just exchanging them for a 10 and a half, and I love them. I feel like they're such a great little neutral, and they are chic enough for me to wear with like my little work outfits. Even something like this. I'm just in a top, and this is actually a skirt. But I could pop these on with this, and this would be such a cute little outfit. Actually, I think I might do that. But I love them so much. If you are in the market for some sneakers, these classic dunks, girl, these classic Air Maxes are amazing, and I can't recommend them enough if you're looking into sneakers, because they have definitely been really great in my wardrobe. All right, the next item I want to talk about actually is a newer piece, but I've already worn it twice in January, and like honestly, it's amazing. It's so reminiscent. So there's a backstory to this. I saw this sweater, and there's a backstory to this. I saw this sweater, and it instantly reminded me of this old H&M sweater, this oversized H&M sweater that I used to have, that I wore all the time. I wore it so much, and eventually, like, I had to get rid of it because I was just wearing that thing. My mom used to be like, why are you wearing that damn sweater so much? But I just loved it so much. It had like a kind of a high cowl neck situation. It was oversized. It was like this oatmeal color, and I loved it. But I had to get rid of it, and I haven't really found a replacement yet until I saw this one from the Frankie shop. And then I saw it on two of my favorite influencers. I saw it on Carolyn Gray, and I also saw it on Chi. And once I saw it, I'm like, all right, like, you know, they rock stuff, and I'm like, all right, I can rock this. And it has been literally the perfect sweater in my wardrobe. I cannot recommend this thing enough. It is so big and oversized. Like, let me put it on for you guys. It's so big and oversized, and just such a cozy. It's a cozy. Oh, it's such a cozy sweater. Like, I love it so much. Look at how oversized it is. But it's just so great. Like, it goes with so many things. Like, I'm just loving it. It's like a warm hug. So love this sweater. And if you're in the market for like an oversized, fun, and really great quality, honestly, the knit on this is such great quality that I couldn't recommend it enough. If you're in the market, this is definitely a sweater for you. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. You will love this just as much as I do. It was money very well spent. All right, and last but not least, on my January favorites, you guys actually already seen this coat. I showed this actually in a haul that I got. I got this at a sample sale, and I told you guys that I got this for $30, and everybody was like, $30? And I'm like, yeah, I got this for $30. But it's freaking amazing. It's this coat from Avec les Filles. I got it from their sample sale. They sell their products at like Nordstrom. I've seen them all over, and I'll definitely link this coat or any of the similar ones because they come in tons of different colors. But it's definitely been a work. I've worn this coat at least once or twice a week since January, and I love it so much. It's super warm, and for $30, like, I just feel like I've hit the jackpot. It's literally, the cost per wear is literally like 1 cent per wear now at this point. But it's definitely been like a conversation piece too. So many people are like, oh my God, I love your coat. It's really the color. The color is really just that, girl. I think I'm going to pop this on for a look for Fashion Week. But I highly recommend it. Again, I'm going to link any of them that I can find in the description. But also, if you are in New York City and you go to the 260 sample sale, final sale, which is in Soho, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to link it, but you can also look it up. And they have some Après. So Après is another like faux fur brand or whatever. They have Après, because I know that because I went there yesterday. They have Après at that final sale store for under $100. And the coats are so similar to this. They have different, they don't have this color. They have a green, I saw a yellow, I saw a red, and a blue. But very similar to this and under $100. So if none of the links in the description don't work for you, definitely check that out. Again, if you're in New York City or if you're planning to visit anytime soon, they are in Soho at the 260 sample sale last last call sale, whatever it's called. Okay, so the next topic we're going to talk about is actually beauty. So I have a few beauty items that I have been workhorses in my collection this month, or this past month in January, and I just wanted to share them with you if you were in the market for certain pieces and for different items. The first I actually shared with you guys already, and I'm obsessed with this lip color, and I'm not even ashamed about it. It's a little on the pricier side. I actually got it for Christmas, I told you guys, but it is this Louboutin lipstick, and the color, I can't remember what the color name is. It's a Velvet Matte on the Go in Burning Babe. I am so obsessed with this lip. It's just so good. I wish I was wearing it right now to show you guys the color, but it's just so good. I'll show you like pop a picture of what it looks like. I am obsessed with this thing. First of all, the packaging is super, super cute. It's just such a little chic packaging, and I also have like a little carrying case because it came with 3 of them. But also the formula is just amazing. It goes on, it's moisturizing, it stays on all day for the most part. I have to do very, very little touch-ups, and then the color is just to die for. I just love what it looks like on my skin tone. So cannot recommend this lip color enough. And then this has also been a workhorse in my collection. This actually got gifted to me by Urban Decay. They sent me a cute little gift box of some of their eyebrow products, and I did not know that I needed this until I have it. And when this runs out, I will buy it and buy it and buy it. It's been amazing. This is the Urban Decay Brow Blade, and on one side it has a waterproof pencil that you can kind of look how big the pencil is now. That goes to show you how much I've used it. I literally do my brows every day, and this has been my go-to to do that. But it has a pencil side, and then it also has an ink stain side. That's almost like, what you would use for like eyeliner, but obviously it's a lot more faint because for your eyebrows. And this has just been such a great duo. I actually need to get my eyebrows done. I have been procrastinating on that all month, but I have to do it obviously before Fashion Week because I'm going to be taking photos. So, but definitely love this this pencil. I'm able to kind of shape my brows and then do the hairs with this part, and it lasts really, really long. This part is actually a waterproof pencil, so it's like waterproof and stays. I just cannot sing this praises enough. If you are a brow girl or are in the market for a new brow product, you will love this. I promise you. This Urban Decay, this one in particular, they sent me actually a couple other things that I do like. I do like their brow gel as well, but if I have to have one thing, it would be this. This has just been so good, and I'm gonna buy it again. That's how much I loved it. And then the last, but certainly not least in my beauty stuff, this is actually funny because I was on TikTok and an ad came up for this perfume, and it was like, oh, write your name in for a sample. And I was just like, yeah. Are you really going to send me a sample? And of course they did. It is the Jean Paul Gaultier Divine perfume, and I got this itty bitty sample, and I've already bought the perfume. It's coming from Nordstrom because I got this sample and I loved it so much. That was such great marketing that I just had to share it because it's so good. The smell is, let me put some on now right now. I don't even have any perfume on yet. The smell is amazing. It's like, oh my goodness. It's just all the smells that I really like. It's floral, but it also has a depth to it. It's just so good. I'm not sure what the notes are, to be honest with you, but I'm obsessed with it. And if you are in the market, you can I think you can go to their website and sign up, and they'll send you a little sample like this. It came after I filled out that little survey thing. It came in like 2 or 3 weeks, so it came unexpectedly, and I was like, what is this? And it was that sample. And honestly, this is such a great way to market things because now I bought it. Now they got a customer out of me because this smells really good. So love. All right. So we are on our final category of faves this month, and this is my favorite looks portion of the video. This month I actually was not as inspired with my wardrobe to dress up a ton. So I didn't really do a lot of looks, and I actually didn't take a lot of pictures of my looks. Hopefully February will be a lot better, especially with Fashion Week and all that stuff. So I'll hopefully with my February faves, I'll have tons more looks to share. But I do have one that I would like to share, and it's this look that I wore to preview the residence at the Plaza. So if you don't know, the Plaza Hotel, famous hotel in New York City, we all know from Home Alone 2, I think it was. I actually just recently watched that for the first time this past holiday season. Yes, do not judge me. I was not very much into movies like when I was growing up or anything like that. I used to really just play outside. Like, I've always been like a creative person where I would do art projects and play outside and all that stuff. So a lot of movies that I was supposed to watch when I was growing up, I did not watch, and that being one of them. But I just recently saw it. Anyway, back to the Plaza. So the Plaza also has residences, so you can actually buy condo. Is it condo or co-op? Yeah, I think they're condos. You can actually buy condos in the Plaza, and one of the days in January they were doing a broker tour where we got broker tours where we can actually preview. If you haven't seen that video, you should definitely check it out. I did tons of previews between 2 different days, and you get to see some of the Plaza residences that I saw while wearing this outfit, and some other amazing properties that I saw. But this is the outfit that I wore, and I just felt so chic and glamorous. My top is, of course, just, you know, it's just regular turtleneck. My skirt is one from Nordstrom. The stockings are from Calcedonia, one of my favorites. But it's really like that little necktie, which is that a vintage scarf that I got in Paris, my oversized vintage blazer with the silk lapels. It's an oversized men's tuxedo jacket that I'm just so obsessed with. I'm actually gonna style it up for Fashion Week. You'll see how I wear that piece. And then of course my new in the Attico boots, which I love, but I'm actually very sad. I gotta tell you something about these boots. I wore them in January. They would have been included in this roundup if it weren't for the fact that the heel broke on one of them. Yes, I wore those boots 3 times. I've worn them 3 times because I'm really trying to like preserve them, and you know, they're super cute. Love, love, love them so much. But went out to actually the candlelight concert with a friend, and I was getting out of the car to come back home, and I'm like, my heel feels weird. And I looked in the car, and the bottom part of the heel had broken off on the shoe in the car. And I was livid, mind you, because I just got those shoes, and also I've only worn them 3 times. So I took them back to Nordstrom and asked them if there was any way that they could fix them. They said that they could potentially send them out to their cobbler, but they don't know. They think that their cobbler wasn't, you know, experienced enough, because the heel is just such a structural. I wish I had it right here, but I actually have it in the box to take to my cobbler this week because I do plan on wearing them for Fashion Week. So I have to take them to my cobbler. I have to get them fixed, and I know he can fix them. He can fix, like, he's amazing. But anyway, the way that the heel is, it's just like this weird triangular shape. They said they couldn't fix them. They told me that they would refund me my money, but I love the shoes, and they are not on, I cannot find them on sale, not even on sale, just in general online in my size anymore. So I have to pay to get them done myself, and that's the price you have to pay. But luckily they were a gift, so it's okay. And actually, not only were they a gift, but my husband also got them on sale as a gift, so double win there. It's fine. It's fine. That happens sometimes. But that's the thing about having good quality pieces that were supposed to be good quality, because they're supposed to last, but you could also be able to repair them when they don't hold up with time. I do plan on potentially writing an email to the Attico about it, because this is my second pair of Attico ones I love, but they do have like a piece that the little foot part that isn't sticking on. But anyway, I still love them, and hopefully I can get them fixed. Anywho, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much if you got to this part of the video. I am so appreciative. I am so appreciative of you guys watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks again, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.